As a former mayor, as the state senator representing Austin, and as a citizen of Austin, we're very pleased to have you with us. And I got to tell you, I thank you very much for allowing me to be with you just to speak to you today. It is, in fact, an honor for me to stand up here in front of you. And when I get the chance to be with law enforcement, I always deeply appreciate the opportunity. So I appreciate that. It means a lot. I'm also going to take just a second, a point of personal privilege, to say thank you to your president, who just introduced me. As you know, our police chief, Arnold Acevedo. He's a huge asset in this community, and I've enjoyed getting to know him, and I know he's been just as great for your organization, but I want to take a moment just to say thank you to you, Chief. Then finally, I want to say thank you to all of you for everything that you do. Just the slogan of this conference means something and touches me. Meeting public safety challenges in a multicultural society. That's a powerful acknowledgement. That is a very powerful acknowledgement of the social changes that now face law enforcement officers, face policymakers, and anyone else in this country who wants to make a positive difference in the communities of our country. And so I commend you. Texas commends you for taking that issue on. Because the truth of the matter is, as you all know, there are no easy answers to the questions we face. You know, a strike against immigration doesn't stop with immigrants. It plays out instead across budgets and the economy in ways that affect everything from everyday workers to pension funds. In the same way, something as deceptively specific as the Chief just mentioned, education policy, trickles down on entrepreneurship and the tax base, welfare rolls and government deficits, police and prisons, and everything in between. And of course, in these areas, as in many others, it's often our police officers, sheriff's deputies, and state troopers who confront the effects of these massive decisions. Your group's focus on Latino issues and communities makes your service additionally valuable. Because the issues you're confronting right now at this conference, public safety challenges in a multicultural society, are the very issues that America is facing and will face for generations and decades to come. Now, I know many of you have come here today from places far removed from Texas. But I suspect you're also well aware of the transformation that our state is facing, even though you're from outside of Texas, and you're aware of the opportunities and challenges that transformation presents to us. I also suspect that you know your own communities and states face many of these very same dynamics. And I'm certain that the Texas experience, as we prepare for this transformation and respond to it, or, sadly, in some cases, as we fail to address it, will offer lessons that reach far beyond our borders. Let me put it to you this way. If American society faces a wave of challenges from multiculturalism, Texas sits at the crest of that wave. For example, in Texas, whites represented 2/3 of the population in 1980. They're now less than 50%. So we are right now a majority minority state. Meanwhile, our Hispanic population, 21% 3 decades ago, now approaches 40%. And according to the Texas State Data Center, Texas Hispanics could be a majority in as few as 20 years. Even more dramatically, and pointing to a point that the Chief made, minority children now constitute 2/3 of the public school children in Texas. Let me say that again. 66% of our K through 12 students in Texas public schools are Hispanic, African American, Asian, or another ethnicity. Close to home, right here where we're standing and sitting, minority students make up about 3/4 of the students in the Austin public school system. As the Houston Chronicle reported last month, white children now make up less than 8% of the Houston ISD enrollment. Less than 8%. And less than 5% of the Dallas ISD enrollment. I like the headline, as the Houston Chronicle poignantly pointed out in its headline, if you don't believe Texas has shifting population numbers, go to a school. Visit a school. Now, on their face, those numbers should not be scary. They should be exciting to us. We're talking about a young population, a diverse population, a legion of Texans with new ideas and new ways of conquering challenges and fixing problems. This is what innovation looks like. This is the future. It's nothing to fear. It is something to embrace. But we must embrace it. Our challenge is not the changing complexion of Texas and the United States. Our challenge is how we prepare for what we know is coming. Steve Murdoch is a fellow that a lot of Texans know. He's a former state demographer. And he also headed the United States Census Bureau under the last presidential administration. And Dr. Murdoch warns that unless our state changes course, listen to this, 3 in 10 Texas workers will be looking for jobs without a high school education by 2040. 30% will be looking for jobs without a high school education by 2040. Folks, this is an immediate crisis. An immediate crisis. How do I define immediacy? How do I visualize immediacy? Well, 2040. I can do the math on that. Now, I went to law school, so I wouldn't have to do math, but I can do the math on that. That looks to be about 30 years from now. But when I stop and think about what is 30 years and what is immediacy and how do I define it, one of the ways I do it is I'm standing in front of you basically 30 years from the time I showed up in Austin, Texas with my degree and started trying to make a living. Well, those of y'all that are roughly my age, you know how fast that went, right? But there's a better way for me to define immediacy. And that's in the eyes of my children. I have 2 kids, 2 boys. One who is a rising junior in college. And in 2040, that boy will be roughly the age I am as I stand in front of you today. In 2040, he will be roughly my age. He'll be a year younger, but I'm not going to talk about that. Here's the deal. He will be my age looking to raise a family the way I am today. He will be my age looking to make a healthy living the way I am today. He will be my age wanting desperately to enjoy a high quality of life in this state the way I am today. Folks, he will be doing that if we stay on the course that we're on in this state, in an economy where 3 out of 10 workers are looking for jobs without high school diplomas. Even more immediate, he has a younger brother who will be 6 years younger than that. He will be in his early 40s looking to live in this state and make his fortune and raise his family and love his life. It is an immediate crisis. It is a clear and present danger facing our state.